So we're into the final 10 kilometres now. Alaphilippe on the left-hand side, sitting on the wheel of Trentin. This is Alaphilippe doing all of the work as we're onto the Poggio. Interesting to see if this goes out the front, if it has anything. Well, it has a service of moving up. This is Stybar and Gilbert. Gilbert at the moment is sacrificing his own chances, I think, here for those of Alaphilippe.
Just grimacing. Oliver Naassen also there in the blue, white and brown, the former Belgian champion.
Pace here looks insane. Riders breaking into corners on the Poggio.
Yeah, this is something we often see. Remember, it's a key climb, it's an iconic climb, but it isn't a brutally steep climb, it's a fast one. Look at this, Stybar again injects some pace on the front of the bunch.
2.5 kilometres to go to the top of the final climb in Milan Sanremo. John Degenkolb hanging on fairly well at the moment for Trek Segafredo, but look at this. One of the men of the moment at the start of the year so far, Zdeněk Stybar, teeth gritted, giving everything for the Koenig Quick-Step.
That bottle just rolled into the bunch there. Trentin just weaving around it. Stybar takes a bit of a breath, another bit of a breather. Still Alaphilippe on his wheel. What is Alaphilippe going to do? Is he going to launch off the top of this?
Where does the attack come from here, Matt?
Well, we saw last year when Nibali went with about a kilometre to go from the top half of that attack by Chris Neilitz. It just depends on the pace, depends how much left is in the leg. Groenewegen still hanging onto the coattails of this bunch.
Modolo is the man just being dropped though. Sacha Modolo looked like he might have been in trouble. Again, they have to make a bit more of a difference here towards the top if they're to drop the likes of Groenewegen. Sagan now moves up, maybe ready to jump on something if Alaphilippe goes. Oh, and we get the first bit of looking around. Stybar is done, and we get the first bit of looking around. There is Viviani in the meantime, having to make a big effort here. He's slipping and sliding.
He had to check there, and he's now dropping back very, very quickly on the wheel of the rider from Bora Hansgrohe. Looks like the chance from Viviani. Big attack here.
And big attack at the top from EF Education first. It's a huge move, and Langeveld and Bettiol are both there. Bettiol with a man having a go. Though, look at this. Viviani slips, sliding away, I'm afraid.
Just goes past Heinrich Hausler. It's an interesting move here. I think it is. Bettiol's taken one of the riders from Direct Energie with him still. The Koenig Quick-Step. 2 riders left at his Philippe Gilbert with his Julien Alaphilippe on his wheel. Tom de Moulin in 3rd position from the bunch.
Big move, trying to get away. Front of the race belonging to EF Education first. We talked about Bettiol in the past and how good he could be at this race, but again, a man who needs it to change. In the move, behind it's Julien Alaphilippe. Alaphilippe lift-off with Kwiatkowski following him.
Well, Alaphilippe has launched his way across, puts it into a huge gear, goes straight over the top. Kwiatkowski now, the Polish champion, forced to chase. Wonderful move by the Frenchman.
Julien Alaphilippe with still a bit to go towards the top of the Poggio. This is the point last year when Nibali went clear. This is the point where Nibali went clear. Now Kwiatkowski is chasing. Sagan, the man on the outside, going as well. Trentin, also Naassen with Valverde just behind him, and there's a rider from Jumbo-Visma.
Well, this is exactly the same podium position from a couple of years ago. Kwiatkowski chasing Alaphilippe. It's Sagan who's now crossed the gap there. Kwiatkowski forced to get back onto the wheel of the Slovakian champion. Also in the mix, Oliver Naassen and the world champion Alejandro Valverde.
7 riders at the front of Milan Sanremo. The gap has opened up and some of the sprinters are being dropped. This is a chance for those riders up there to make the move. And now Tom de Moulin is trying to close the gap.
Tom de Moulin, the one rider caught in no man's land, chasse patate as the French call it, but Peter Sagan happy to drive things on, takes a look over his shoulder. He will see his nemesis, Kwiatkowski.
So Kwiatkowski with 5.6 kilometres to go. A look round from Michał Kwiatkowski. He sees the former world champion, current Slovakian champion Peter Sagan. This now is Matteo Trentin, the European champion. Oliver Naassen is in there. Julien Alaphilippe, Alejandro Valverde, the world champion, remember, the last man to win in that jersey in the 80s, Beppe Saronni. Also the rider from Jumbo-Visma. We're waiting to see who that is. I know they have Danny van Poppel, they have Jos van Emden, they have some very, very good riders capable of doing very big things.
That's the sole rider still, Tom de Moulin there in the red jersey. From somewhere trying to bridge across that gap on this very technical descent of the Poggio. 4.7 kilometres to go. They've got a big gap on the rest of the field behind Rob. This has opened up. They need to keep working together.
Let's also... we can get a good look there at exactly who that is for Jumbo-Visma. I know that Wout van Aert is in their team as well today. I haven't managed to get a good quick look at that yet, but there's still plenty of riders behind. This could be any... So it is Wout van Aert. Wout van Aert is in the break at the front.
Well, how versatile
behind,
is
though, they're
that?
chasing on, and they really need to get it together because the gap isn't big, is it, this?
It isn't a big one, and they'll be fearful of the two very quick riders in that group, Peter Sagan and, of course, Matteo Trentin. It looks like Tom Dumoulin is about to make contact with his chasing group behind, led by a couple of riders from Bahrain Merida. I think Vincenzo Nibali is in that chase group behind.
Past the famous greenhouses they go, and it's about to become 8 at the front of the race. This is a very good group, a very fast group containing many of the big favourites. Alaphilippe was the man to start it. Remember, it's his team who set the big pace on the way up. Etiol, who launched that attack, since been passed. This now is Kwiatkowski, Sky's sole leader for this race and the winner 2 years ago, the only Polish rider ever to have won a monument. And in dribs and drabs, they come down the Poggio.
There's no real organised chase for the sprinters behind at all, it looks like, unless these riders really start to play cat and mouse, constantly looking over his shoulder, but he knows they have a very good chance there. The remnants of the peloton, they're a couple of hairpins behind, like 15 or 20 seconds behind. Dumoulin still just a couple of metres off the back of this group, but it won't be long before he's about to make contact with the wheel of Julien Alaphilippe, sitting pretty at the back.
Just over a kilometre until they end the descent from the Poggio, and then it is that road up to Via Roma. Ever so slightly false flat uphill. Vincenzo Nibali said last year it felt like an eternity riding out there on his own. There's a group of 8 riders at the moment, but it is about to become 10.
One of the riders from EF Education first, I think it is Bertiol. It looks like he's about to make contact.
Another rider from Bora Hansgrohe making it in right at the back as well. I wonder if that could be Sam Bennett. We'll wait to see. Again, if there's any looking around here, oh dear. So that's Sturven. That's Jasper Sturven with a mechanical problem.
Yeah, it looks like his chain's come off the front ring.
John Degenkolb, pardon me. Oh dear, it's the leader. It's John Degenkolb.
That's a big shame. Meanwhile, Trentin takes his turn at the front. The European champion, the Slovakian champion, the world champion, and the Polish champion, a former Belgian champion in the mix as well. What an elite group of riders moving clear.
Absolutely full of class, this. 2.5 kilometres to go. Now, Oliver Nassen on the right-hand side goes for it. We said he was in good form. We saw it at Paris-Nice on the flat in the mountains. Daniel Oss was the other poor rider getting in at the back with Matej Mohoric. Simon Clark now from EF Education first with Chimolai, another sprinter, another danger, and a man who had a very good place for Israel Cycling Academy at Tidon Adriatico.
I think it's Matthews right at the back of that group as well. I think Michael Matthews has managed to get on the back of this group, and then Trentin goes.
Trentin attacks with 2 kilometres to go, but we're on the flat now. The descending is done. That is that. Can Trentin profit from any looking around behind? Mitchelton Scott haven't won this race, remember, since their debut season when Simon Gerrans did just that for them. And Trentin is having a right old go. 2 chasing as he heads towards Via Roma.
So he'll be brought back.
But are they organised enough to stay? Once the next attack goes, that could be the big one. Is anybody going to go straight past him here, man?
Well, you'd think there's someone like Tom Dumoulin, depending on what he's got in the tank. And it looks like it's Wout van Aert who's bringing this gap back down. Wout van Aert sacrificing himself. Peter Sagan struggling to get in contact with the former world cyclocross champion. What a thrilling, scintillating finale. 1,300 metres to go now, Rob.
We're approaching the final kilometre, and Wout van Aert hasn't ridden many monuments. This is his first of this season, his first full season on the World Tour. He reaches the front now, and now what happens? Because on the left-hand side, Matej Mohoric looks around. He has a teammate in this group. Is Colbrelli there?
Oh, there's an attack on the right-hand side. Can't quite see what it is because of the sunlight.
This is Mohoric.
Mohoric goes.
Mohoric, the Slovenian champion, being chased by Alaphilippe. 800 metres from the finish now as they come onto Via Roma. It's Mohoric on the right-hand side, Alaphilippe behind him, then Sagan. Is this the moment for him? Is this the chance? Sagan, in the meantime, is being followed by Nassen, also a fast finisher. Trentin is there. Van Aert is there as well. Kwiatkowski behind them all. Then they always a danger as Trentin looks round. They all look around. Now who goes? What happens? It's checkmate maybe, but somebody has to win it. Somebody has to make a move. And it's Vincenzo Nibali who's there yet again. Vincenzo Nibali at the back looking around. Cat and mouse, they look, they wait. Who will go? It's going to be between these guys. No big bunch sprint. Mohoric is going to go for a second time maybe, but no, Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski looks, he's going to follow Mohoric. Nibali at the back, just a few hundred metres away as Alaphilippe's going to have to launch it now. The end of Milan Sanremo, the 110th edition. Alaphilippe is going for it, they come up to the line. Alaphilippe's